Chisora, he did an interview on TalkSport. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, Saturday. And he revealed that he was actually called 2 weeks ago. He was offered to fight Moses Itauma for £2 million, but he turned it down. Wow. Del Boy turned down £2 million. And one thing I like about Del Boy, yeah, he keeps it real, man. He said, listen, Moses Itauma is a great talent, man. He's been looking good in his fights. And, he's predicting Moses Itauma to become world champion in the next year. So he did not want to take that fight against Moses Itauma on the 16th of August in Riyadh. So I guess when Chisora said no, Uncle Frank or someone at Queensbury Promotions, they went over and made Dillian White the offer. So I'm assuming Dillian White's probably go, what, 2 million? But then again, Dillian White hasn't looked good against Tete, Franklin. He hasn't looked good. So I don't think they offer Dillian White 2 million. I don't think they'll offer the same amount of money that they offered to Del Boy, who's on great form. He's beaten some top fighters recently. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they'll offer Del Boy the same money as Dillian White. Do you know what I mean? So Dillian White probably go like $1 million or 900,000 or something. Do you know what I mean? Hey, this is just I'm just assuming. Do you know what I mean? Maybe Dillian White go 2 million, 3 million, whatever. But Del Boy made it clear that, listen, this is a dangerous fight for Dillian White. In fact, yeah, this is where Del Boy is funny. Del Boy said, listen, they should call the police. Someone needs to call the police and stop this fight. He's basically said this is assault here. This is like, do you know what I mean? Like, Dillian White is getting set up. Do you know what I mean? He does not believe that Dillian White can beat Moses Itauma. He thinks this is a mismatch. Do you know what I mean? He thinks it's a dangerous fight for Dillian White and he can get hurt in this fight badly. And that's what most people are thinking anyway. Most people believe that the fight between Moses Itauma and Dillian White is a mismatch anyway. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that Del Boy, do you know what I mean? He doesn't mind money. I mean, look, £2 million is a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money, but I think Del Boy looked at the risk. He weighed up the risk versus the rewards, and the risk was just too much, and it was higher than the rewards. And you know what? That's a wise move from Del Boy. I'm glad that he's thinking like that. Do you know what I mean? He's putting his health first, like Del Boy's taking some damage, over the years in boxing. Do you know what I mean? He's taking some damage, and fighting a young, hungry lion like a Moses Itauma, especially Chisora's age, he eats a lot of punches, man. And against someone like a Moses Itauma, he's going to eat a lot more punches. Do you know what I mean? It could be devastating for Del Boy. So he's thinking, you know what? I don't need that. I don't need that hustle. I've got my 50th fight coming up. I'm ranked number 1. I'm the mandatory for the IBF title. Do you know what I mean? Why would I risk my position against a young lion like Moses Itauma? There's just no point of doing it. Do you know what I mean? And he also went on to speak about the fight that's been rumored between him and Joseph Parker. He spoke a little bit about it. He didn't want to really go into details about it, but he did also say that, listen, because he's the IBF mandatory, Joseph Parker is the WBO mandatory, what the old boy is looking for is when Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois, when they fight, whoever wins that, he's thinking the belt might get fragmented. Do you know what I mean? The belt might get split, whatever. And then that's when he's hoping to fight Joseph Parker. Do you know what I mean? He's saying, like, listen, them belts are going to get fragmented. They're going to go everywhere. And, I can fight Joseph Parker in a trilogy. We can then fight for a title. And I think that's key because Del Boy, he's playing smart here. Do you know what I mean? He's a man on demand. Like, people want to fight Chisora. He's still a big name. He draws a big crowd. He can do decent pay-per-views. And for his 50th fight, trust me, people will turn up. And I think the way Del Boy is looking at it, he's like, you know what, my 50th fight is probably going to be his last big fight, his last big payday. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Chisora is going to get any more chances after this. Yeah? So he's thinking, I'll only want to fight for a title. Nothing more, nothing less. He only wants to fight for a title. And that's smart. That is a smart. I'm glad that Derek Chisora is finally starting to think smart, putting business at the forefront. Do you know what I mean? He wants to fight for a title, and he's going to go all out. Whoever he fights, Joseph Parker, Cabaya, whoever he fights, Daniel Dubois, Derek Chisora, for his 50th fight, he's going to go all out, especially if it's for a title fight. He's going to go all out. Listen, he wants to go out on a high. Do you know what I mean? And what a way to go out if he was to win a world title on his 50th fight. That would be like some Rocky story, man. Like, everyone's counting Del Boy out. Everyone. No one's giving this guy a chance, man. Do you know what I mean? No one has given Del Boy a chance. But the recent revival, the wins over Joe Joyce, Otto Wallen, do you know what I mean? He's just giving him a new lease of life. You know? And now he's got his business hat on. He's thinking smartly here, man. He's making smart moves. And like he said himself, like Daniel Dubois, Alexander Usyk, these guys are fighting in what, 4 weeks' time? Do you know what I mean? Like, one of them is going to become undisputed. Then they're going to have to face the mandatories. And if they can't do it, then belts are going to get fragmented, man. And then other people get the opportunities. And that's all Del Boy is waiting for. He's just waiting for that opportunity to fight for a title. And you know what? The way he's playing the game right now, by turning down Moses Itauma, turning down 2 million, you know what I mean? That making those type of smart moves. He's going to get that title fight, man. And you know what? It might be against Joseph Parker in September. It might happen. It's not going to be for the WBO interim title. I don't think it's going to be for that. It's going to be for the real deal. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be for the actual belt. WBO, IBF is going to be for one of them. So Derek Chisora playing smart games here, man. Do you know what I mean? Uncle Frank, he's been figured out. You know what I mean? Fighters are starting to make moves, yeah? Not to please Uncle Frank, not to look after the interests of Uncle Frank, but they're starting to look after themselves. You know what I mean? So, listen, all the best to Del Boy, man. All the best to Del Boy. He's making smart moves. I'm happy for him. And I do hope Del Boy and Joseph Parker fight in September, but for the real titles. Not for no interim, none of that. For the actual title and the trilogy. And it's going to be an epic fight. Listen, Joseph Parker is going to be the favorite for it. Obviously, he's the younger man. He's in the best form out of the two. Do you know what I mean? But still, it's going to be entertainment. The lead up, the build up, everything's going to be great. I can't wait to see that, man. My people, listen, let me know in the comments, man. What do you think about Derek Chisora turning down £2 million to fight Moses Itauma? Was he a good decision from him, from Del Boy, a wise move, smart, or did he drop the bag, man? 2 million is a lot of money, man. Do you know what I mean? Del Boy, are you sure you're actually going to make that again? But anyways, he's gambling on himself and it might pay off. It might pay off for him. But listen, my people, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo. Please don't forget to smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because that's the only way you're going to help us to grow. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.